This chapter shows how God blesses and establishes David's rule, both politically and militarily. After the sobering lesson with the ark in chapter 13, David experiences divine favor, expansion, and victory, all because he seeks God's guidance. The first part of this chapter covers David's kingdom established. Hiram, king of Tyre, sent messengers, cedar logs, and stone masons and carpenters to build a palace for David. David realizes this is more than a political favor. It's God confirming him as a king over Israel and exalting his kingdom for the sake of his people. David understands that his success isn't self-made. It's a sign of God's purpose for Israel. The second part of this chapter covers David's family growth. David takes more wives in Jerusalem and has more sons and daughters. The children born in Jerusalem include Shammua, Shobab, Nathan, Solomon, and others. The mention of Solomon foreshadows God's future plan, the son who will build the temple. Okay, the third part of this chapter covers David defeats the Philistines. When the Philistines hear that David has been made king over all Israel, they come to attack him. David seeks God's counsel, asking, "Shall I go up against the Philistines? Will you deliver them into my hand?" God answers, "Go up, and I will deliver them into your hand." David strikes them at Baal Perazim, the Lord of breakthrough, saying, "God has broken through my enemies by my hand like a breakthrough of water." The Philistines abandon their idols and David commands them to be burned. Holy crap. David's victory is total, but more importantly, it comes through seeking God's first and giving him credit for the throne. The fourth part of this chapter covers the second battle with the Philistines. The Philistines attack again in the same valley, but David inquires of God once more, and this time God gives a different strategy. Let's see. "Do not go up directly after them. Circle round and attack them in front of the balsam trees. When you hear the sound of marching in the tops of the trees, move out, for God has gone out before you." David obeys, and God routs the Philistines from Gibeon to Jezer. The fame of David spreads, and the Lord made all nations fear him. Victory isn't about methods, it's about obedience to fresh guidance. David's success flows from constant dependence on God. So what are the key lessons from the first Chronicles chapter 14? The first one is, always seek God before acting. David's strength came not from his army, but from inquiring after the Lord every time. Second lesson, God gives strategy for every battle. Each victory required different directions. Success yesterday doesn't guarantee success today without God's voice. Third lesson, give glory to God, not self. David named the place Baal Perazim to honor God's breakthrough, not his own. Fourth lesson, God's favor has influence. Even foreign kings and nations recognize that David's strength came from the Lord, okay? So in summary, in 1 Chronicles chapter 14, David's reign is firmly established. Hiram of Tyre builds his palace. His family grows, and he wins great victories over the Philistines, all because he seeks and obeys God's direction. The Lord gives David both breakthroughs in battle and favor among nations. So, yeah, that's the chapter.